delivered by our amazing friends and mentors at Founders Intelligence. They will introduce themselves, but Founders Intelligence are coming back again for the fourth time, I believe. Is it the fourth time, Seb? It's definitely the third time in Ideas into Action, but the fourth time you've been mentoring. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Amazing.
Good run.
The fantastic mentors from Founders Intelligence, I will leave them to introduce themselves, but they are pitching experts. They do this for a living with some of the fasting sort of big growth startups in the UK, as well as big organizations. They are the experts in helping you craft and hone your skill in presenting. And this is what you are going to be doing right now at the end of this program. Ideas into Action is all about your presentation script and your slides. You're going to leave this program with a professional, dare I say, world-class presentation all about your organization, yourself, and what you're doing and what you are going to ask the public for. So join me in welcoming everyone from Founders Intelligence. And thank you guys for coming. So the setup is going to be that the team from Founders Intelligence are going to be doing two workshops, one now and one on the 27th of May. And in between that time, you are going to have three mentoring sessions with a mentor to help you perfect your presentation. And the mentor is from the team at Founders Intelligence. Okay. So we are so happy to have you guys back on board, and thank you for coming back and being part of the Ideas into Action program again. They've done this three times in a row now. This will be number four. And I've seen the presentations and they're amazing at the end of it. So we're really excited to see the results this time around as well. And the reason why we come on at this stage is because we are hosting the Ideas into Action Demo Day 2025 on Tuesday, the 17th of June. It has been confirmed this year as online. It is going to be from 6 to 7:30. We are about to go live with our Eventbrite, so we're going to be inviting the public, organizations and key actors from the social impact sector. That could be partners, it could be volunteers, it could be potential funders, it could be supporters. You don't know who's going to be there, but we're hoping to get about 100 people in the room to be able to come and listen to you present. I will talk more about the format later on, but basically, there's going to be four rooms of four presentations, and you are going to have 7.5 minutes for a presentation and then 7.5 minutes for questions from the audience. So there could be up to 25 people from the public listening to you and your organization and what it is that you're trying to do, but also what it is that you need from them. Okay, so everybody write down this date. I am going to share this with you so you can share it with your networks as well. It's an amazing opportunity to share with your networks what you are doing as well. Okay, so it is going to be online. So the presentation this year is all going to be geared up to be online, and you have 7.5 minutes. A good presentation is one that does not drag on too long, right? You don't want people falling asleep by the end of it. You want people engaged by the end of it. Okay. So 7.5 minutes. Everyone remember that. There's a golden number here. And that date. Write down that date as well. Okay. Now, to help you with that, you would have seen an email from me on Friday linking two new tools. These are optional, but we do recommend using at least. If you want to do your own thing, you can, but at least using the flow. Because we think the flow works, and the guys from Founders Intelligence think the flow works. So they're the experts, so we must be doing something right. I sent a link to a pitch script, which is in your Google Drive, and it is a Google Doc. And this just is a guide. It's a guide for you to do a 7.5 minute presentation. Okay. You know, you don't have to write it word for word and read from a script. Do I have a script right now? No, maybe I should, but I don't. But I have some bullet points, so I know what I'm saying. The point is, this is up to you how you want to use it. Okay. So you can take this And you can go in here and you can work in here with your mentor and actually start writing what it is that you want to say. Make sure you have your key points across. Maybe you write it word for word. Maybe you put bullet points so you remember that you don't miss important things. Okay. So I shared this with you last Friday, but this goes hand in hand with a pitch deck. Okay. So everyone, I sent a template. Again, you don't have to use this template, but we do recommend at least following the flow because a presentation with loads of words on it is very hard to follow. We have made it in a way that's very super easy for the audience to be able to follow what you are saying. And it goes in hand with this. So yes, slide 1 would be your intro and welcome, which you would have here, as you can see on slide 1. And slide 2 would be your story, which would be slide 2 here. So my point is these templates, they go hand in hand, and your mentor from Founders Intelligence has access to these as well. We've already paired you guys, but I'll be linking you all up tomorrow. So you can work in these tools just to make things easier for you, because presentations, I never make them from scratch anymore. I always use a template because it's way easier. Work smart, not hard, as they say. And we are using Canva just because it's a little bit easier for everyone to use. If you're on a Mac and you haven't got PowerPoint, it's just easier. Canva's free. It's nice and easy. I've shared it with you. Any problems, let me know and I can help you with this. I can reshare it and things like that. Just want to say, your mentor is there to help you. Make the most of that. You can have up to 3 sessions. That is amazing. Unbelievably generous from these incredible consultants from Founders Intelligence. However, they are not there to do this for you. You have to do the work yourself in Canva and in the pitch script. They can help you. They can advise you. They can give you tips, but they are not going to be making your presentation for you. Okay, that is up to you. And if you need some help with working Canva and things like that, you know myself and Bija Saholo are as well. Okay, we can help you too. Now, I'm going to stop talking amazingly bang on time at 6 o'clock and hand over to the guys from Founders Intelligence. I believe it's Anna that is going to be presenting tonight. So everybody join me in welcoming Anna and the rest of the team from Founders Intelligence. Thank you so much for being here tonight with us. Super excited to get this workshop series underway, and I will now hand over to you.
Fab. Thank you so much, Lucas. Hi, guys. Really lovely to meet you all. And yeah, thank you, Lucas, for a very warm welcome. Hopefully we can deliver on that grand introduction. We're here to chat to you today about how to construct your pitch. As Lucas mentioned, he shared with you your pitch deck templates and your pitch deck scripts. Just before I get started, checking everyone can see my screen okay. I will take the silence as a yes, but if anyone can't,
yeah, we can see it.
Thank you very much. Amazing, cool. So just a quick overview of what we're going to run through in the time. We are just going to chat about framing the ask, then we'll have a 10-minute break, then we'll jump into breakout rooms, and then we can chat about wrap up and next steps. So Lucas touched on it a little bit, but just so you guys have an overview of who we are, Founders Intelligence is an entrepreneur-powered consultancy. What does that mean? Essentially, we take a look at the startup world to take learnings and help drive growth for some big businesses. Some of the businesses that we've worked with are those on the right-hand side here, and we call that entrepreneurial growth. We've done a lot of accelerator work, particularly some ones that might be worth mentioning is an accelerator we ran with Meta that was all around community, and also one we ran with Lego, the toy, around working with children who have autism and ADHD. So all of the people on this call from FI, from Founders Intelligence, are very well equipped to chat to you about some of the tools and frameworks and problem-solving approaches that you can use to help grow and build your business with that very much startup-based lens. And yeah, we're here to help you develop your ideas and find and get those answers that you know within yourself and just help nurture that within you. So yeah, we'll be providing some extra training and coaching, as Lucas mentioned, over the next few weeks to get you ready for your pitch day. On the call, we have Rotimi and Seb and Brandon and Vicent and Kirash, who are all from the Founders Intelligence team. And when we move into those breakout rooms, definitely do ask the guys about their backgrounds and what they've done, so that you can get to know them a bit better. In the workshop today, we're going to be focused on two key things. The first is really understanding how to clearly explain your business idea. So using the information that around your business to really clearly and succinctly frame your ask. And then the second thing that we'll cover is practicing summarizing the impact that you hope to create and the resources you'll need to get you there to ensure you can deliver and scale your business. And we'll chat a little bit more about what that impact means and also what we mean by resources beyond just money. Before we get started though, conscious that online is always a slightly funny medium for getting to know each other, but we'd really like to just have a chance to get to know you before we jump in. So if everyone's happy to do a bit of a round robin, let us know their name, where you consider home, and then if you let us know a recent book or film you enjoyed, just so we can understand you a little bit better. Does anybody want to kick off?
I'm happy to go.
Amazing. Fab.
Okay, let me just have my camera on. Hi everyone, my name is Ruqayya. Where I consider home is the UAE, so I grew up in Abu Dhabi. And a recent book, I hope it doesn't give the wrong idea, but a recent book that I've enjoyed is called Confession of a Sociopath, which was really interesting.
That sounds super interesting. We won't go into it, we promise. Thank you so much. Cool, who wants to go next?
I can go. It's gonna be a bit weird. So my name is Ksenia. It's very hard for me to consider Anything home anymore because I don't feel like I belong where I'm from, and I don't feel like I belong where I am, and I keep moving around. So I consider myself a guest in every home. And in terms of what was the recent book of film I enjoyed, 2 days ago I watched Shrek. Absolutely enjoyed that.
Nice. Was it the first Shrek? Shrek number 1?
Yeah, the best one.
Great soundtrack. Love that. Good songs. Amazing. Thank you so much. Who wants to go next?
I can go.
Thanks.
Hi everyone, I'm Salma Zarrouk, and I think I'm like maybe on the same space where I don't know where is home any longer, because I'm Sudanese. I lived many years in the UAE. I recently moved 3 years ago to Scotland, so I just feel like I'm on the move. And yes, so it's still under process. But a book that I've read recently, I'm still reading, and I'm really enjoying it, is a book called Coming Back to Life, written by Joanna Macy.
Oh, very nice. What kind of book is it? What's the genre?
It's more on the exercises for facilitating workshops on deep ecology, dealing with grief, and a different way of being an activist.
Amazing. That sounds really interesting.
Thank you.
Fab, who would like to go next?
I can go, yeah.
Amazing.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mahru, and if I want to answer the second question, I feel that actually my feeling has changed through the time of the refugee, actually being as an immigrant here in UK. During the first years, I can say during the first 5 years, I was considering I'm not belonging to here, and so I have to go back to my home country, which is Iran. But through a kind of complete journey inside me, everything changed, and at the moment I feel that everywhere is my home as long as I am my true self, and I have the belief in myself. So I feel I belong to anywhere that I'm present. And the third question, recently I've started to watch Lost again for the second time from the beginning. And this time I feel that I watch a completely new journey in Lost, and I see myself as a refugee and as an immigrant, as someone who is learning a kind of being a leader for people who are feeling lost in any country as they are. And I feel quite, inspired through this. I am feeling, let's say it this way, because I'm on it. Yeah. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I feel inspired by what you've just said, so thank you for that. My boyfriend's been trying to get me to watch Lost for years, so maybe now you've recommended it, maybe I'll give it a go. Who's next? Anybody else?
Hi everyone. My name is Ehsan Habibi. I would actually, it's a difficult question to where do you consider as a home? But it's a very mixed feeling for me. I can't say anything in this regard. So in regards to a recent book or film I enjoyed, I think it was during the half-term break, which my kids convinced me to go to cinema. We watched a Minecraft movie together. We had fun. Yeah, thanks.
Nice. Honestly, I love a kids film. I took my niece and nephew recently to watch The Lion King, and it was great. Some pick a mix. Sounds like a great half-term activity. Is anyone else on the line? Sorry, I can't see all of the names in one go. So
Yeah,
jump in.
I'm Adriana.
Nice to meet you.
I am Adriana Quintero. Where I consider home is over the years a bit like Mahu has explained, that's been an evolving thing. I'm Colombian by birth, but I've lived in about 15 different countries. So home for me is wherever my husband and daughter are, and that doesn't really matter much where. We've lived in a couple of countries since we've been all together. And a recent book that I've been very much enjoying is one called, I'll read it here. It's called Belonging, Remembering Ourselves Home by Tokopa Turner. So, yeah.
What's that about?
Oh, she's of Canadian origin, but is really saying that a lot of us forget our indigenousness and where we truly belong. Most of us are actually migrants because we mostly live somewhere where our ancestors were not mostly belonging to. And it's how to find that belonging and that sense of ownership of our lives.
Amazing. That sounds like a great book.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful book. I highly recommend it.
Is anybody else on the line? Anyone we've missed?
Yeah, I can. My name is Irina, and where do you consider home? It's very painful question because I feel like my heart still in Ukraine, and yeah, I'm happy where my family, where my children, and now I love London very much, but it's difficult to say like it's a home. Maybe not yet. And the last question about book. I'm recently read the book Let Them, and a film The Holiday.
Oh.
Maybe. Yeah, I watched this film maybe 5 times.
Love it.
I love this film. Yeah,
Great.
thank you.
Great choice. Anybody else?
Hello, I can go.
Yeah.
So my name is Reham, and where I consider home is complicated. So I'm gonna say on the mountains because I love hiking a lot. So yeah, at the top of the mountain feels like home. It's really nice. And then my favorite book that I've read recently is called Clara and the Sun. It's really good, so I really recommend it.
Oh, lovely. I think my mum's recommended that one to me. I'd have to give it a read. Lovely to meet you. Anyone else?
Yeah, maybe me.
My name is Natalia. So I'm originally from Ukraine, but now I'm living in Wales. And not about recent, but today I planning to go to cinema, accounting film.
Ah,
Yeah.
very nice, very nice. Whereabouts in Wales are you?
Accountant. Wales is very nice, quiet, peace, safe, I would say, like very good place to live and to work remotely. To work remotely, basically.
Fab. Anybody else?
Yeah. Can I go for it? Yeah. Can I?
Perfect. Yeah, please.
My name is Anwar. I consider myself, I don't know, but I'm a human who is looking for a better life. I work 7 days a week, and if there is more, I will work more. I do not have time to read. From some time to some time, I read a book called Don't Be Sad, just to spark my spirit and mood. It's really hard to consider where you belong, because wherever you get respect and be treated nicely, it is home.
Very true. Very true. And a great reason to read, to spark joy.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I can go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Mercy.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure. Nice to be here. Hi, everyone. So where I will consider home will be West River my husband is and my children. It doesn't matter where that is. It could be in the river, it could be in the thick forest. As long as I've got my husband and my children, I make that a home. And I've read a book, but I cannot say exactly what it's all about. But there's a movie I'm watching over and over again. It's called Vikings of Valhalla.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that
So
one
it's
about?
it's about the invasion of the Vikings, the Northmen, how they came to England, taking possessions of the land and stuff like that.
Wow,
Yeah.
that sounds interesting. Thank you. Anybody else? Anyone not gone? All right, cool. Speak now if anyone wants to jump in. Otherwise, we'll crack on with the presentation. Fab. So jumping back into the world of pitch decks, thank you all so much for introducing yourself, and we look forward to getting to know you each better in our breakout rooms and in the one-to-one coaching. But let's jump into now how we're going to frame our ask. So when you're thinking about framing your ask, it's good to think about, or a helpful way is to think about your business as though it were a rocket. So we're thinking about, firstly, what do we want to leave behind, which is the problem. Then what is our route, so the solution. Where are we going, which is the vision. And then who are we helping, so our beneficiaries and our impact. And then how do we ensure we have enough fuel to get us there, our business model. All of those questions will help you figure out what your ask is. So how much rocket fuel do you need to supercharge your journey and arrive at your destination? And like I said earlier on, fuel is a much broader thing than just money. It's also, if you want someone who can offer you office space or volunteers or time or lots of other things beyond just money. So when we're thinking about the problem, we're thinking about what we're trying to fly away from, which we've broken down here into two parts as a way to think about that. So firstly, when you're thinking about framing your problem, can you describe that problem in 1 or 2 sentences? Like Lucas said, a good presentation or a good pitch will always be one that's nice and succinct and really clear. So thinking about how you frame your problem in 1 or 2 sentences, and also thinking about what the scale of that problem is to help with understanding kind of your vision. And then for the solution, you want to think about your desired destination and what the flight path is to get there. So this sits under kind of 3 broad frames. First one being, can you clearly explain what your product or solution is and how it's unique? Secondly, can you explain how it will tackle the problem you've outlined? And then thinking about what the world might look like if your solution succeeded. So this is an example from one of the previous turn cohorts. And this is, I'll say the problem, and then you might already start to get a little bit of a picture of what one solution could be. There'll always be lots of different solutions to the same problem. So the problem is that refugees, asylum seekers, and low-income parents can't afford childcare and therefore have to look after their children. As a result, they don't have the time to focus on building their skills, finding employment, and studying. This puts them at a significant disadvantage for a number of years if they have small children before they go to school. And so the solution was an organization called Coffee with Kids, which is a place for all the family, a community coffee shop that provides affordable childcare for refugee, asylum seekers, and low-income parents so that they can have a space where their children are looked after, and then they can focus on building skills, finding employment, and studying so they're not at a disadvantage. So just to kick us off, if you guys want a couple of minutes to think about this before we jump into it, would a couple of people like to share what they think the problem is that they are, or what the problem is or problems are that they are solving? Does anyone want to jump in, or do you want a couple of minutes to think about it?
Sorry, should we share now, or
yeah, if that's possible?
Take notes. Oh, okay. Okay. Can I start?
Yes, please do, please. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. Actually, what I do is it's years that I'm serving as a teacher, as an English teacher as an ESOL teacher in language schools. And what I want to do at the moment is a type of coaching and training to help refugees and asylum seekers to overcome their language barriers, which is one of the, I think, big challenges of migration after coming and, encountering with this culture shock, where can ruin what confidence one person have already. And it doesn't matter, it doesn't make any difference to what level of English they are in their own country and what they think that, how much they think that they have, the talent or knowledge of English to come across and to join the communities. But the culture shock push them back, and they cannot present their real, their real self, they cannot express it. So what I intend to do in my package, I can say, is just inspiring and also empowering their confidence back. As they have it, there are so many, big confidence in their innate kind of, I can say, self of every person. But being a refugee is a kind of vulnerable stage that anyone can stand on it and, feel that they are out of space, out of the, power. So in my package, there is a kind of holistic and spiritual coaching that help the refugees to overcome the barriers and all the fears and psychological, let's say, feelings that impedes the way to just present themselves in the community and join the society. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much. That's a great problem to be solving. That's really cool. We probably have time for one more person to share what problem or problems they're solving, if anybody wants to jump in.
Can I try?
Yeah, absolutely. Please do.
So there is a funny thing. I kind of changed my idea since yesterday attending of the networking event, which I didn't change for the past 1 year, but now I do. And the problems that I'm solving is the employees' disconnection and work dissatisfaction, but communication within the team, lack of community, and lack of creative solution-focused approach within the organization, which would be solving the high rehiring rates within the company, where they need to constantly hire someone because people are leaving, so you spend time and money on that. And we solve low work effectivity and low engagements and kind of work, like to make companies work out of the toxic work environments and build the better community within the job, where people go there and they're happy to be there, or at least they know that there is something they can gain other than just money from their employment. And that's what we do.
Amazing. Amazing. Very cool. Thank you so much for sharing that. Fab. Cool. All right. I'm going to hand over to Kirash from the FI team.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Anna. I can see that Mohammad Ehsan shared something as well. He said, I'm trying to help refugees get better access to mainstream education by providing tailored English education programs, which is a great problems to solve.
Amazing.
Perfect. So let's move to the beneficiaries. So beneficiaries effectively are the people who are benefiting from any businesses. And I would say they are the heart of any successful business. And they are the people you're here to help them, and they are the passengers of your rocket, if you think about the rocket that Anna showed you in the first slides. So there are a few questions that you need to ask yourself about these beneficiaries. Who are they? Who are the people who are benefiting from your business directly, and they are getting directly impacted by your business? And who else might be positively impacted indirectly? What are their needs? What are their hopes? What are their challenges that they have? And how you're going to create these impacts on their lives? And lastly, how many people are you going to make impact on? When you're deeply understanding the people who you are serving, everything else will become clear for yourselves. These can be like from technical stuff, which can be like your product design or the marketing stuff, your messaging, your partnership, and also even your funding approach. And you should always remember that behind every number that you see as your beneficiaries, there's a real person which has a real story. And that is very important to know your beneficiaries in detail and bring your business to life with them. So I'll give you like a very quick example of what we mean by beneficiaries. So for example, think about if you're launching a platform to help a small business, your direct beneficiaries are the business owners. So business owners are the people who are you helping directly. But indirectly, you might also helping families, local economies, and entire communities around them. So it is always very helpful to think about your direct beneficiaries and also indirect beneficiaries. If you move to the next slide. So let's now talk about the impact that you are going to make. And impact is about the real change that you can create, and it is more than numbers. When you're thinking about the impact, there are two ways to think about it. The first one is the breadth of impact, meaning that how many people are you reaching overall and you're impacting them. And the second way is the depth of impact. How much are you improving each individual's life? And both of these 2 points are important. Some businesses are more about reaching thousands or even millions, but other businesses might work with fewer number of people, but make a huge impact. And both of these can make the huge differences in people's life. And as I mentioned, it is very important to think about that these two are both important, but you need to be super clear on what kind of changes you want to make on your beneficiaries. I'll give you another example. So let's think about the mental health application that provides daily suggestions for people to have a better life in a very quick and easy way. They might reach millions of people, which has a large breadth, but the depth of the impact that they are making on humans' life might be slightly lower. But you can think about the community therapy programs, which can change 20 people's life profoundly and has a huge depth. They can go into the detail of people's life and providing information and guidance for them how to change their life. So if you can go to the next slide, I would like you to think about who are your beneficiaries. Just try to think about them. Who are they? What are their needs? What are they located? And what challenges they are facing daily? And if you can, I'll go and give you an example. So going back to the small business owners, I would say you should go to a level of detail that you say okay, one of my beneficiaries is Maria. She's a 30 years old single mother running a bakery from her home and is struggling to scale her business because she lacks access to affordable marketing tools. So therefore, my solution will help Maria and people similar to Maria. So I would know that their needs are these type of things, and I provide this solution to address their needs. So I'll put it onto you guys now. I would love to hear from you guys about your beneficiaries. What are their needs, and where are they located, and what challenges do they face? Does anyone want to share?
I'm happy to start sharing, and then maybe my co-founders are happy to they can add to that.
Yeah.
So our beneficiaries right now, they're all over the place. So our beneficiaries are the people who are affected by the war in Sudan. Their needs are to sort of rebuild their life after they've lost everything. So what we think their challenge is that they're feeling stuck after leaving everything behind. They don't know where to start and how to navigate the future with everything that has happened and all of the uncertainty.
Perfect. Yeah. This is great because you know exactly what are your beneficiaries are, what are their needs, and where they're locating. I know you mentioned they're in different places, but it is very important to be aware of your beneficiaries so you can try to find the ways that you reach them and you start talking to them and just trying to help them in the most impactful way.
Sorry, can I ask for a clarification? I'm one of the co-founders of Altaga together with Rohaya and Salma.
Yeah.
So when you mean beneficiaries, is this another word for stakeholders, or are you specifically saying, yeah, because for me, beneficiaries, it can be, as Rohaya has rightly said, the Sudanese community who have been forced to migrate because of the war. But on a wider aspect, we have certain actions or things that we do that are relevant to specifically our team, specifically volunteers. Then there's also, at one point, we had an idea of having a coaching network and having coaches that would be able to do their pro bono hours and offer coaching at an affordable rate for people who would need coaching and wouldn't be able to afford to pay it. We also have a network of partners that would have their own specific needs. So when you are talking beneficiaries, especially in this particular context, is it specifically the Sudanese community, or would it be within an ecosystem that has a systemic approach, a wider set of beneficiaries?
No, that's a great question. And what I mean by beneficiaries here is Sudanese communities. So people who are benefiting from your business. Let's say the volunteers are the people who are helping you to make that benefit to the Sudanese communities.
Great, thank you.
No worries. Anyone else want to share? I think Anna was like more friendly than me, so people she had more engagement. But no, only joking. So we can move to the next slide. Perfect. So now let's get into the end. Sorry.
Sorry. I just jump in. I just wanted to start sharing, but I was
No, go
wondering
ahead.
if there is time or not.
No, please go ahead.
All right. In terms of who I'm benefiting with my system, with my service, definitely adult refugees, any type that are who are struggling with the language and they want to join the communities. What are their needs? Definitely, they want to get to join society. They want to get work because of lack of confidence, or even they have challenge. They need to find different communities to easily speak with them and connect with the communities. Where are they located? They're located in UK and based specifically in London, as I'm working. At the moment, I work online, so they can be in different countries. But as long as my service would be in person, so the people who are in London can be easily accessed to. What challenges do they focus daily? As I explained in the previous question, their challenges are, kind of culture shock. They have fears to talk. They have a lot of maybe public speaking fear, or even, show up in different communities, and in general, connecting to the English speaking, and sometimes it's any communities, challenging to just join the communities. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. That was very detailed and to the point. So exactly, who are the beneficiaries that are going to benefit from your solution. And it's very important to know that, for example, when you're saying for the in-person, you can only do in London, but online you can do wherever. So that is great to be aware of this differences in your business. Perfect. If you
Sorry,
can.
I have one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
If we have a customer and users, how we should describe the problem? Like one sentence, or we should describe the beneficiaries, the first, like users, and after that, a customer. For example, local government as a customer, and users like micro and small businesses.
Yeah. So the micro and small businesses will be your users, right?
Like directly impact for our users.
Yeah, so they will be the main beneficiaries. Obviously, the local governments will benefit when their communities thrive, but it depends on your business how you're approaching this. Are you providing support to local governments, or are you providing support to small businesses directly? So it depends on your business. Each of these can be your beneficiaries, your direct beneficiaries, but depends on your business, as I mentioned. This can change.
Yeah, it depends on the business model. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and also who pays in the end, because you'll probably find yourself in different situations when you speak to local governments on one side and the business owners on the other side. You want to frame those sort of pain points or those problems differently, depending on each. For example, if in Maru, in your case, if you're speaking to the adult refugees, what you probably talk about is the challenges around like sense of belonging. And then that's sort of how you frame why what you're doing is so important. And that's also how you track the impact of your work and the success of your business. And Irina, in your case, if you speak to local government, maybe it is without knowing the business too well, maybe it is that thriving ecosystem sort of supporting local growth. Whereas for the business owners, their needs are something else. It's access to whatever you give them access to. So that's why it's, like Kirash been saying, it's really important to understand what matters for each one.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not like the same person, like customer and users, and it's difficult to understand.
Yeah, I mean it is difficult. But it's worth spending time on, essentially. That's why we talk about beneficiaries and not just customers, because you're
Yeah,
a bit different.
it definitely makes sense. Yes, sense.
You speak to.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kirash.
No worries. Yeah, and also like obviously in the coaching sessions that you have with the FI team, they're more than happy to help you to clear this a bit more for you and help you to work on that.
Can I
Thank
speak?
you.
Yes, please go ahead.
I think I don't belong to this group because I do not think that my beneficiaries belong to this country, as I have established my CIO, which helps the displaced people in Gaza, of which they are now facing great difficulties. They have a lot of needs, and I don't think that I can get what you can offer because they are not inside this country, and I will be facing a lot of challenging in terms of how to deliver and the cost. I have been supported by close friends, as they have known me as a person, and they have known how much I have lost from my family back home. They try to help as much as they can, but regardless of this help, what I get comparing to what's happened to them is very little. So I come up with this idea to get as much as support, and big thanks to Lucas and his team. They stood up with me from the beginning, and but now when you're saying about the beneficiaries and if they are out the UK, this has become as kind of difficulties for me. I don't know whether I can come over these difficulties or not. How far can I struggle to achieve or to get to help somebody else who needed the help? So I don't know.
Anwar, I know what you're saying. I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call on WhatsApp after this. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool. Can we go to the next slide? Amazing. So now let's get into the engine room of the rocket. And as you all know, it's not enough to have a beautiful rocket or like a beautiful looking business. We need enough fuel to actually get somewhere. And the business model is, if you think about it, is your fuel management system within your business. And building a strong business model is about more than having a good idea. It's about creating a system that keeps delivering value and generating income that you need to keep growing your business and supporting your beneficiaries. So if you think about the business model, your business model is about how you are creating value, how you deliver that value to your customers, and how much will it cost to keep delivering those value to your customers. And a very clear business model is the one that keeps your business sustainable over the time, and it helps you to keep growing and moving forward. If you go to the next slide. So essentially, to take your business off the ground and keep it moving, you need to understand two sides of the financial pictures. The one side is revenue and income, and the other side is the cost of your business. So when you're thinking about it, you need to start thinking about how you are going to earn money. What is your pricing? What is the number of customers that you are serving? And on the other side, you need to think about what if you I think you need to go ahead. Oh, perfect. And on the other side, you need to think about what it will cost to deliver your product or services to your customers. And these costs can include rent, salaries, marketing, and supplies. And bear in mind that the cost of the business, there are two types of business, one-off cost and ongoing cost. And you should always stay prepared and think about both of these futures while you're running your business. One-off cost can be if you want to run a marketing campaign to find beneficiaries for your business, but ongoing can be rent of your place, the salaries of the people, and etc. So understanding these details about your financial of your business will help you to make smarter decisions and plan for the future and stay very resilient. And when you're talking about the business model, this doesn't have to be complicated. So a very simple classic example that you might have heard before is about the simple lemonade stand. So if you're selling lemonade and you have a stand, you need to think about the cost of your business. The cost will be the cost of buying lemons, cost of buying sugar, and cost of buying cups, and obviously water. What will be the revenue, the money that you gain from selling that cup of lemonade? So you might need to spend 20p to make that lemonade and selling that lemonade for 50p. So this means that you're making 30p in profit, which is sustainable and it helps your business to grow and grow. So you can start expanding your business. So as you can see, this can be like super simple, and always try to make things simple when you're thinking about the business model. And as you can see under the revenue section, there's a funding. And in most of the earliest stages, companies or organizations, they are also relying on the external funding sources to help them build momentum, and which can include grants, corporate sponsorships, crowdfunding, or donations. And these external funding can give you a boost for your business, but ultimate goal is to create a model that can stand strong on its own. If we can go to the next slide. And as you know, there are lots of proven ways to structure your business model. And some of the popular examples are freemium models, which is offering basic services for free and charging for premium features. And companies like Spotify are doing this. You can listen to music for free, but there are like ads on it, but you can pay money to get access to premium and get some other features, including ad-free listening to music. The second one is a subscription model, which is charging a regular fee for accessing the services or products. So, for example, magazine or Netflix or even a gym membership that you're always regularly monthly paying for that. And lastly, a traditional retail model, which you buy a good and you sell it for a profit. So, and you bear in mind that you don't have to invent something new, and you just have to find a model that fits your vision, fits your beneficiaries, and fits your product or services. If you move to the next slide.
Just to say super quickly, Girash, I know like financial success looks a bit different for everyone in the call. Some are thinking about building a business as a, sort of to make money. Some is building a business to make the wheels go around and have an impact on people, and then combination of it. Regardless if you're sort of thinking about yourself as a profit-generating business, a social enterprise, a nonprofit, like business model matters, right? So even if you are a nonprofit, you still need to really think about how to keep the lights on, so you can continue to deliver on the impact to the people. So don't let that sort of with the breadth of people we have on the call, just don't let it distract you. Even if you think about, it might not be revenue above all else, but it still matters a lot at the end of the day.
Seb, can I just add to that? I think it's a really good point. Some people obviously will have revenue generating models and will sell things, But actually, another thing you can say in your, and I do this at Turn, right, is you can show who is funding you as well. So if you're getting grants as your main business model, that's okay, but you can show people who has funded you. Is it the National Lottery, for example? Is it a private, is it a private philanthropist? Is it a corporate sponsorship? That someone could see a big name of a corporate or something, because people will want to see, okay, you're a grant, your organization sustained by grant fundraising or by private donations, but who is it that's giving that money as well? Because people will want to see that. Just to add on Seb's point there.
Yeah, both great points. And yeah, completely agree. Cool. I know that we are running out of time, so I'll go fast. So once you have a clarity on your solution, on your beneficiaries, on the impact of your business, on your business model, you can confidently ask for what you need for your business. And you need to think about, what do you need to reach your next milestone? Can you quantify the impact the resources will have on your business? How long will the resources last you? And what happens after that? A strong, clear ask is just not a request. It's a kind of like an invitation for others to be part of something meaningful, and which can be super impactful. If you go to the next slide, and when you're thinking about the ask, money is not always the only thing that drives growth, and it's not the only thing that you should ask for. Support can come in many forms, like partnerships, volunteers, expertise, and from other people, new customer contracts. For example, partnership can open up new doors that you couldn't open alone, or volunteers can bring incredible skills, passion, and energy to your business. And the contracts can provide reliable income and strengthen your credibility. Goes back to the point that just Lucas mentioned about the corporates that providing support for your business. So be open-minded about what you need, about the different ways people might want to help you. And if you go to the next slide, and if you're asking for funding, it is very important to be super clear on your ask and reasoning behind it, and along with the timeline. For example, as you can see on the slide, you're super clear about the amount of money that you want, the reason that you need that money, and the timeline that you're going to use that money for your business. And going to the next slide, perfect. And finally, very today. So you need to think about what steps have you already taken and what is ahead of you. So mapping out your progress and your next moves can help you to stay focused, stay confident, and ask for exactly what you need when the opportunities come to you. So I believe, yes, we finished right on time. So we have now 10 minutes break that you can, so now it's like 6:50. If you all can come back around 7, and then Lucas will put us in the breakout room where we have people from Founders Intelligence and the Entrepreneur. Then we can have a more conversation about the businesses, and also we can have a chance to give you a bit more about ourselves and what we have done and some of our experiences. With that, I'll hand it back to you, Lucas.
The speedy one's back in. Everyone else is joining. The rooms are closed now, but it'll be maybe 30 seconds.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Irina.
Hi again.
Haven't seen you for ages.
Oh yeah, the same people as I.
How you been? How's your family?
Thank you. Very hungry. We are waiting for dinner.
I got lucky. My neighbors fed me. They felt sorry for me because I can't find my knives, so I can't cook. I just don't want to cook.
Lucky.
Perfect. It's great to see so many smiles, even at 10 to 8. Thank you so much for being this positive and amazing. Cool. I think just to wrap it up, I have 2 or 3 points from my side, Lucas, and then I'll hand it back to you. So basically, as Lucas mentioned it, you will be in touch with your mentors, coaches, and I think Lucas mentioned tomorrow. So from then, you will be in direct contact with us, and we can find a time to meet. As Lucas mentioned, we have at least 3 sessions, so it depends on your availability and our availabilities. We will schedule it, and we will provide support where you need it. And lastly, there will be another workshop on 27th of May, which we will focusing on more. Today was more creating the narrative, understanding how to structure your business and your narrative. And then the second workshop will be about how to perfect your pitch and how to create a winning pitch for your final pitches in 2 months. So with that, I'll hand it back to Lucas if you want to add any other points.
No, that's brilliant. I hope you guys had a good breakout. It sounds like you did, and everyone's still here at 10 to 8 as well, which is great. Thank you guys so much for joining. And a massive thank you to all of the Founders Intelligence team, Kirash, Anna, Rotimi's on the call as well, Brandon, Vicente, and of course, Seb for organizing everything as well. Guys, thank you so much. Please join me, everyone, in thanking the Founders Intelligence team. It's great to have you back on board. This is a beautiful partnership that's been going for a number of years, and that is, that can be an ask as well sometimes if you need experts in a certain area. This is an example of it, and I just want to hammer home what Founders Intelligence started with around the ask, and the demo day is a platform for you guys to be able to ask for something. Please use that and engage with the audience and make sure you really hone that ask. I will be in touch tomorrow, connecting you with your mentors, so you'll have emails. Please access the Canva document. If you cannot access it, let me know as soon as possible, but I am going away. I'm traveling on Thursday for 10 days. So if you don't tell me tomorrow that you can't access it, you might be waiting 10 days. Please let me know. Canva can be very weird sometimes. It goes into spam folders and things like that. So please do share. That's it, everyone. Have a lovely evening. Hopefully you can enjoy a little bit of the last of the sun that's out there. But yeah, once again, everybody from Founders Intelligence, thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, I hope the mentoring sessions go well, and looking forward to the next workshop on the 27th of May. Have a great evening and enjoy the sessions. Good night.
Bye. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Have a nice
Bye-bye.
evening.
Bye, Miriam.
Thank you.
Bye.